Kiwi Mitch Evans, Panasonic Jaguar Racing Formula E driver. Thank you for your time and joining us.
Thanks for having me. And
I know
good
you're doing
morning.
the rounds at the moment, so I guess we'll just dive straight in. I guess firstly, where in the world are you at the moment, and what's it like there currently in this 2020 world?
I know it's changing week by week, but at the moment I'm in the UK. I don't live in the UK, but I'm here at the moment because my team is based here. So Jaguar Racing is based just out of Oxford and in a town called Wantage. So I've been doing a lot of testing and a bit of, let's say, off-season prep work for the new season coming up, for our official testing coming up in 2 weeks' time. So I've been doing private test days, some sim work, some factory work, with the engineers. So I'm here at the moment. I'm leaving on the weekends to go to Spain. We're going to be testing. We're going to a private test day, and then we've actually got our official Formula E testing at the end of the month in Valencia. So I'll stay out there. So at the moment, the UK is in a really weird situation. It's sort of pretty much let's say it's a lockdown, but we're still trying to obviously operate where we can and make best use of the time we've got here. So the lockdown's come at a very awkward time for us because we're meant to be testing, and that's obviously made things more complicated. But that's just the way it is. And I think Spain's a little bit looser, but it's still not great. And the whole of Europe is a little bit in a lockdown period. So it's quite strange over here at the moment.
Is it any better in your home base in Monaco?
Monaco's probably one of the best places to be at the moment because normally they follow France pretty much identically. Like throughout this whole pandemic, they've just been mirroring France. But this time they've loosened things up a little bit. I think they've just got more, stricter control at the borders. Normally the border is pretty loose there, but I think they're patrolling that mainly just so residents are inside and restaurants are still operating, albeit with a curfew. I'm not sure about retail stuff. I've not been there since everything's shut down. So, but yeah, speaking to some of the guys, because I've been planning to maybe go there before Spain, but I won't be able to get there. I'll have to go there after. I'll probably get it just as it's finishing, which is going to be good. But it's not too bad. But France has been hit really, really hard, and also as Italy and Monaco sort of is in between both countries. So it's tricky times to everyone. So but no, Monaco is pretty good from that side. But yeah, I don't think there's any great place in the world at the moment to be. So at least down in New Zealand, you guys can still operate to a pretty good level. Where here it feels like things are going a little bit backwards. But hopefully it's just temporary. And it's only going to be lasting for a couple more weeks, and then hopefully we can just crack on with life.
Now, this is, we're all about Jaguar Racing Formula E. Now, this would be your 5th season. You've racked up 2 race wins and 6 podiums, and the Panasonic Jaguar plan, I guess, was always to just continually improve. So, obviously, everyone wants to win, but what are your plans for this coming season?
Yeah, I think the steps we've made since we joined the category in season 3 is we set out really realistic goals, and we've basically hit them every year, which has been great. In season 5 we were battling for the championship into the last race. Also, last season we were real strong contenders. We were leading the championship one stage, and unfortunately it slipped away from us towards the end of the season. So this year, it's a clear target to obviously be going for both drivers and teams championship. I got a new teammate, one of the most experienced and successful drivers in the series, with Sam Bird. He's now joining the team alongside me, and hopefully with the addition of him coming on board, we can take the team to the next level and be battling for both championships. That's the real target, is to bring Jaguar Racing to the next step, and that's taking the championship. So yeah, obviously we all want to win, and we understand that the task is going to be extremely difficult with our competitors. The likes of Porsche and Mercedes have had one season in the series, and now they're going to their second, so they're going to take a lot of experience and knowledge from that first year, and also bringing a better powertrain for this season, and we're well aware of that. So it's going to be really, really tough. But very happy with what the team's come up with from last season to this season in terms of our powertrain. We're hitting all our targets, and now it's just a matter of time of getting on track with the other cars and other teams and seeing where we stack up.
What are those typical improvements you can make to an electric car each year? And in particular, what makes the Jaguar I-Type 5 faster for next season?
Yeah, so we've had the same regulation since season 5. So the last 2 seasons have been the same. It's also going to be the same for next season. So we've got the same amount of power. We've got the same regs to deal with. So to make massive improvements is actually very difficult because you're sort of restricted into the same sort of window as the last few years. But it's just really small refinements. I mean, we've taken a whole new approach with our powertrain layout. It's a whole new concept compared to last year. It's like 1,000 new parts, which is pretty big. There's been a lot of R&D that's gone into it. And obviously a lot of things that we're focusing on is obviously pure efficiency to help us. Efficiency is speed, and obviously it's going to make the car more efficient in the race in terms of energy consumption, but also center of gravity. These cars are traditionally quite heavy, and with the battery being right behind us and quite tall, the center of gravity is very high. So we're going to try and get that weight down as low as possible. So there's a big focusing on packaging, obviously, suspension layouts and design with that, with all the geometries. Obviously, all the damping's still open, so there's a lot of work going into damping. So every little part that is still open for us to play with, we've basically changed for next season. So, yeah, a big step. And at the moment, it's all looking like it's doing with what the simulations had told us. And so yes, it will be faster than our last year's car. But is that enough to be at the front compared to what the step of the other guys that they're going to make? So that's the big elephant in the room, and every team's got that as well. Everyone's like, okay, where does everyone stand? Okay, we've made gains, but is it enough? So I think we've made a good step. We had made a good step, but yeah, we're going to wait and see how good that step is.
Can you play much with aero between seasons or races, or tuning each round? Aerodynamics?
The aeros, I mean, with the aero it's pretty basic anyway. So we get the same, obviously the same wings, the same diffuser floor. All the bodywork is fixed from the championship. There's still elements of adjustability through the front flap, ride heights, rate that will affect the aero, but the car is not overly aero sensitive anyway. It's more sensitive through the mechanical side. So there's still a lot of things we can change, through roll centers, through the diff, through the damping, through heat, through different spring rates. So yeah, the mechanical balance is still there to play with. Also, weight distribution. There's still a bit of that to try and that's the most sensitive part that we can try and change to get the car in a better window. And then the one of the biggest ones is actually the software behind the braking systems and also the energy management. So that's one of the key main focuses that we focus on.
They say Formula One technology drips down to the street, but it's eventually. But Formula E seems to be much faster with the likes of Jaguar I-Pace. Is there anything unique on your race car that you'd like to see in future road EVs, either for economy or racing? Or performance, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny you mentioned that about the Formula One's got zero road relevance. Absolutely zero road relevance. Where that's the unique thing about Formula E is that there is a real transfer of the technology that you see in Formula E and the road cars. It's still developing at a very similar rate. So even for like the update of the new I-Pace, so the I-Pace was coming out, before, at the same time as we came to Formula E. So obviously all the R&D had basically been done. But since then, a lot of the updates in the software to the I-Pace, which you'll see in the new generation I-Pace, the range has been increased, and that's all through all optimized region strategies that we've found in the race car. So that's just a small indication of the transfer that we've seen. but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that they're going to be coming over the next few years, and obviously that's obviously weight, reduction of the batteries, and just the car in general. It's electric cars are quite heavy in general, so that's a big focus, and obviously range anxiety. That's another thing. So a lot of things we're learning in the Formula E car, albeit we are racing for a 45-minute race. We're doing that the most efficiently and as quick as possible, and a lot of those learnings can be put into the road car to help the range of the automotive car. So it's quite fascinating actually, because there is I think some other manufacturers doing exactly the same as what we do. There's a lot of it going in-house, and a lot of technology is you can basically not copy and paste it, because obviously the packaging and a few things are different, but there's a lot of things that are extremely similar and can have can benefit both parties, which is really fascinating.
Fan boost is something that's brilliant about Formula E, that fans can go online and boost the driver. How do you get fans to boost you, given you're effectively one of the few non-Europeans racing in a European-based series? How do you get?
It's a world championship now, but to be honest, I've had it like once or twice. I mean, it was a really good addition to a championship initially. Really draw fans into it, but I think it's definitely still important. I would say the gains are not huge, to be honest. It's not a massive difference. It was a lot more effective in the early stages of Formula E. But yeah, I've only, as you said, I've only had it twice, so I'm not able to play with it all the time. But it's a great way for fans to get involved and get engaged with voting for their favorite driver. I think that's really cool, because I feel part of the race, and it's a definitely unique aspect of Formula E. So the voting numbers are actually, I've seen the numbers, and they're high, like they're really, really high. It's great. So people do get involved. There seems to be the same drivers winning all the time, which is a bit frustrating, but it's a cool addition. Obviously it's a bit of a balance. You can't have a championship too gimmicky like that, but also you want the fans really engaged and feel like they're having let's say a little impact. They're not going to decide the race, but it's just enough to give a driver a little bit of help.
Finally, you have to provide an answer to this question. Brother Simon Evans just won the Jaguar I-Pace E Trophy, and of course is series champion. Here's the question: if you and brother Simon were both racing the exact same car on the exact same track, how much satisfaction do you take being both younger and taller than your older brother?
A lot. A lot.
That's the question.
I'm the tallest in the family, and I'm short, so that says a lot about our family.
That's right. Yeah.
But I do get a lot of satisfaction. It's funny, when I was growing up, he used to love to pick on me, and then I got to a certain height, which he realized he couldn't anymore, and then he started being very nice to me. So and obviously now I've obviously overtaken him in that race, and that's great.
Was that at age 2 or 3 that you were taller than him? Wait, sorry, the height joke.
Yeah, and I think 3.5 or something. I was on par at least, and he stopped picking on me.
I got a quick pop quiz for you. A quick Jaguar pop quiz. How well does Mitch Evans know Jaguar? I'm going to spring this on you, so you'll love this. Okay. I've got 3 questions here. Quick fire questions. Question number 1. Fitted to pre-2005 Jaguars, what is the 3D hood ornament known as or called?
3D hood ornament?
Yeah, just a reminder, you are racing for Jaguar Racing, Mitch. It's a feline. 3D feline. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Give up.
Honestly, I got no idea what you're talking about.
It is pre-2005, so they had to take them off for crash regulations, but it's called the Leaper. The Jaguar Leaper. The Leaper.
Oh, the Leaper. Okay.
Famous one.
Okay.
All right.
I know the Leaper.
All right. That's one so far.
Okay, that's new. I mean, I was 11, so Give me a little break, you know.
Slight break. But these are all history questions, so I'm going to punish you even more.
Oh no!
Question number 2: how many times has Jaguar won the 24 Hours of Le Mans?
Oh, this is brutal.
This surprised me, I gotta say, because there's obviously the famous silk cut Jaguars,
which is the most elegant and beautiful car. I'm going with 3.
Close. It is actually 7 times, would you believe?
Shit. Okay.
Jaguar won it in 1988 and 1990 with the silk cut cars, but you have to go back all the way to the 50s, and they won it 5 times with the D-Type. So that's more a learning experience than you didn't know. Because
I should know that. Because they're one of the successful manufacturers in Le Mans. I should know that. But no, it is. Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more modern. A little bit, not really. Question number 3, the final question. Jaguar has won the Bathurst 1000 1 time. What year?
Really?
Yes. So I'm guessing you don't know the answer to this one.
Absolutely not. What year? Oh my god.
Yeah. The clue is it was the first year of Group A. So it went from Group C to Group A, which lasted all the way to 1992. I'm killing you with these questions. Yeah.
So wait, so it's after 92. You're trying to tell me?
Before.
No, it's before 92.
Yeah.
Okay. This is brutal. Probably let's go with 89.
Close. That was a Ford Sierra. It was 1985 with a Tom Walkinshaw Racing Jaguar XJR. The green one, quite famously, it was the first era of Group A. Again, probably well before you were born, 1985.
Yeah, only 9 years before.
Yeah,
but, yeah. It's good though. I mean, it's a good lesson for me. So, yeah, no, well done.
There you go. Done. Thank you. Good thing you're
going to get fired after this, but I'm probably going to get. I probably won't be at Valencia anymore, but fair enough. Fair enough, though.
Well, any more mentions that we can do to Jaguar, anything we can do to help, that's all right. Giving you the Jaguar Racing Formula E driver representing New Zealand. So well done there and good luck. The new Formula E season kicks off in Santiago, Chile on January 16, 2021 already. Let's hope for a new year. With Fan Boost opening on January 9. So you can go on and vote. I think it opens 6 days before the race event.
Yeah, the week of the race. Yeah.
Yep, cool. So fans can keep track of you at, what are the best places? MitchEvans.com?
You mean to vote or just in general?
Just in general and to vote, yeah. General,
probably the best is just through Instagram. That's where I'm most active on social media. It's albeit not very good, but still, yeah, the best place to find updates is either through my Instagram or the Jaguar Racing pages. They're really good on all channels.
Beautiful. All right, well, best of luck in Santiago, and thanks for your time, Mitch Evans. All best for the first round and the new season.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for having me.
Find your car at driven.co.nz.